Education Day is like a horizon. This day offers doors to new possibilities and challenges. This day also brings us memories of the first day in Mahe, Manipal, when we had dreams in our eyes and passion in our veins and that desire to prove ourselves. I'm sure in this journey we have all fallen just to rise again and eventually have grown. Growth and learning do not stop, they continue. After all, one goal leads to another as one destination leads us to another. Spaces to places, steps to leaps, dreams to reality. Today we have gathered here to celebrate the transformation of one dream to a beautiful reality. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Chancellor, executives and officials of Manipal Academy of Higher Education, I extend a warm welcome to all graduates, parents, faculty, and other invitees to the 27th Convocation Ceremony 2019. I am Aditi Shastri from the Department of Humanities and Management, MIT Manipal, your host for today, and it's my honor to walk you through the proceedings. Dear graduates, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. Today, your hard work is being felicitated. On this momentous occasion, we are privileged to have Mr. Mahesh Edatpuri, founder and CEO, Task Outsourcing, founder and CEO, Boston Foods, and director, Nikkei Group, as the chief guest of Convocation 2019 Mahe. Leading the march is Pro-Chancellor, Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Dr. H.S. Ballal. Escorting the chief guest, Mr. Mahesh Edatpuri, founder and CEO, Task Outsourcing, and Boston Foods, and director, Nikkei Group. Also in the march, we have Vice Chancellor, Mahe, Dr. H. Vinod Bhatt, Pro Vice Chancellor, Mangalore Campus, Dr. Surendra V. Shetty, Pro Vice Chancellor, Quality and Assurance, Dr. B.L.N.G. Rao, and Pro Vice Chancellor, Faculty of Health Sciences, Dr. Purnima Baliga, Registrar, Dr. Narayan Sabahit, and Registrar Evaluation, Dr. Vinod V. Thomas, Director, Student Affairs, Dr. Geeta Maya, and Director, Center for Doctoral Studies, Dr. Shamala Hande, Dean, KMC Manipal, Dr. Sharad Rao, and Dean, KMC Mangalore, Dr. M.V. Prabhu, Director, MIT, Dr. Shrikant Rao, Principal, Manipal College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Dr. C. Mallikarjuna Rao, Dean, Manipal College of Dental Sciences, Manipal, Dr. Kirtilata M.Pai, and Principal Workshop, Chef K. Tiruknana Sambandam, Dean, Manipal College of Dental Sciences, Mangalore, Dr. Dilip G. Naik, Dean, Manipal College of Nursing, Dr. Anis George, Director, International Center for Applied Sciences, Dr. Radha Krishna Ital, and Dean Maleka, Manipal Medical College, Manipal, Dr. Ullas Kamath, Director, Manipal Institute of Communication, Dr. Padmarani, and Director, Manipal School of Information Sciences, Professor Ramashisha CS. Dean, Manipal College of Health Professions, Dr. Arun Maya, and Director, Manipal Institute of Management, Dr. Ravindranath Naik. Director, Manipal School of Life Sciences, Dr. K. Satyamurthy, and Director, Manipal School of Architecture and Planning, Dr. Deepika Shetty. Director, Prasanna School of Public Health, Dr. Helmut Brand, and Director, Manipal Institute of Virology, Dr. Arun Kumar. Deputy Registrar Technical, Dr. Preetham Kumar, and Deputy Registrar Health Sciences, Dr. Guruprasad Rao. Deputy Registrar Evaluation, Dr. Srijit G. Joint Director, MIT, Dr. BHV Pai, and Associate Directors, MIT Manipal, Dr. M. Vijay Kini and Dr. Som Shekhar Bhatt. I request you to take your seats. To express our prayer, faith, and courage, our commitment towards life and the universe, we have the anthem of the university that will take us into the mode of humility and also become a means to remind us of the bigger force than us. I request everyone to be seated for the anthem.
शान्तमिदं मुरुवन्तरिक्षं शान्तावुदन्वतीरापः शान्तान सन्तोषदीः शान्तानि पूर्वरूपाणि शान्तं न अस्तु कृताकृतं शान्तं भूतं च भव्यं च सर्वमेव शमस्तु नः सर्वमेव शमस्तु नः इयं या परमेष्टिनी वाग्देवी ब्रह्म संशिता ययैव ससृजे घोरं तयैव शान्तिरस्तु नः तयैव शान्तिरस्तु नः परमेष्टिनं मनो वा ब्रह्म संशितं येनैव ससृजे घोरं तेनैव शान्तिरस्तु नः तेनैव शान्तिरस्तु नः इमानि यानि पञ्चेन्द्रियाणि मनः षष्ठानि मे हृदि ब्रह्मणा संशितानि यैरेव ससृजे घोरं तैरेव शान्तिरस्तु नः तैरेव शान्तिरस्तु नः पृथिवी शान्तिः अन्तरिक्षं शान्तिः द्यौः शान्तिः आपः शान्तिः औषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिः विश्वे मे देवा शान्तिः सर्वे मे देवा शान्तिः 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 शान्तिभिः ताभिः शान्तिभिः सर्वः शान्तिभिः क्षमयामोऽहं यदिह घोरं यदिह क्रूरं यदिह पापं तच्छान्तं तच्छिवं सर्वमेव शमस्तु नः सर्वमेव शमस्तु नः
request Pro Vice Chancellor, Faculty Health Sciences, Dr. Purnima Baliga B, to welcome the gathering.
Chief guest of this evening, Mr. Mahesh Shahadat Puri, founder and CEO, Task Outsourcing, UAE. Pro Chancellor, Dr. H.S. Ballal, Vice Chancellor, Dr. H. Vinod Bhatt, Pro Vice Chancellors, Dr. Surendra Shetty, Dr. P.L.N.G. Rao, Registrar, Dr. Narayana Sabahit, Registrar Evaluation, Dr. Vinod V. Thomas, Director, Center for Doctoral Studies, Dr. Shamala Hande, Director, Student Affairs, Dr. Geeta Maya, Deputy Registrars, Dr. Guru Prasad and Preetham Kumar, Heads of Constituent Institutions of MAHE, Administrators, Faculty members of the press and electronic media, distinguished invitees, parents of degree awardees, graduates, postgraduates, online viewers, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you. I have great pleasure in extending a hearty welcome to all of you for honoring our invitation to commemorate the 27th Convocation Ceremony of MAHE. A convocation ceremony is a special day in the academic life of students, as after years of hard work and dedication, they get their hard-earned education degrees. Wearing the traditional academic regalia and walking up the stage is the dream of every student in front of his colleagues, friends, and family members who have supported them in their difficult endeavor. It's a defining moment in every student's life, giving his self-esteem a boost. As black hats are tossed in the air, the sky is filled with euphoria. Graduation day is a unique celebration. It's the coming of age, the arrival of maturity and responsibility, which makes the heart go a-flutter. Students dream of this grand day all their college life. MAHE stands in its glory today because of the visionary Dr. T.M.A. Pai, who has, as a founder of Manipal Group of Institutions, Dr. Ramdas M. Pai followed the father's footsteps and converted a local university into a global education village of great status. We are fortunate to have, on this eventful occasion, our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Mahesh Shahadat Puri, a distinguished alumnus of Manipal Institute of Technology. On behalf of MAHE, we are deeply appreciative and offer a cordial and cheerful welcome to you, sir. A special and friendly welcome to Mrs. Payal Shahadat Puri on this occasion. We are happy to have amidst us today Dr. H.S. Ballal, Pro-Chancellor of our university and the guiding force behind the growth of this university. To you, sir, I extend a delightful welcome. A friendly welcome to Mrs. Indira Ballal. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome our Vice Chancellor, Dr. H. Vinod Bhatt, who has been a part of the leadership team for years and is actively enabling the development of this university. I extend a pleasant welcome to you, sir. A cordial welcome to Mrs. Parvati Bhatt. I'm delighted to welcome the Pro Vice Chancellors, Dr. V. Surendra Shetty and Dr. P.L.N.G. Rao. I'm pleased to welcome Registrar Dr. Narayana Sabahit and Dr. Mrs. Jayalakshmi Sabahit. I'm glad to welcome the members of the Pai family who have made it to grace this event. The well-knit Manipal team, consisting of heads of constituent institutions, faculty members, officers of the Manipal University, and the supporting staff, who have played a dynamic role in carrying forward the vision of Manipal University. A hearty welcome to all of you. I welcome the members of the Board of Management, Academic Council, and Finance Committee who monitor and ensure constant and consistent progress in the activities of our university. We have with us the elite of Manipal, Udupi, and Mangalore, our well-wishers who have always cherished the growth of our institution to shape the younger generation. To all of them, I extend a gracious welcome. The members of the press and electronic media have been projecting to the public our message showcasing the transparency and integrity of our university. Hearty welcome to all of them who have responded to our invitation. It's a great day for the parents of the graduates and postgraduates who have to receive their degrees today. I extend a warm welcome to all of them who have come in large numbers to share their joy on this occasion. Not to forget, the most important people of this convocation are the graduates, the postgraduates, and the doctoral fellows who are eager to receive their degrees today. Luckily, the weather is on our side today. The sun and I are pleased to extend you a warm welcome. My dear young graduates, I am positive that each and every one of you will certainly use your ability to the fullest, stick to values, and be ethical. Be sincere in your thoughts and action, for sincerity always pays in the long run. Remember, there are no shortcuts to success. Be a credit to your profession. Be a credit to your alma mater, your teachers, your parents, and most of it, to yourself. This is a wonderful world in which you have been born. Preserve and nurture it. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, said Nelson Mandela. Dear graduates, once again, my heartiest congratulations on your success and the very best to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I extend a gracious welcome to all of you on this occasion. Thank you.
We have assembled at a place where Dr. T.M.A. Pai, the visionary who began the journey of Manipal education in a hamlet called Manipal, he believed that educated and enlightened minds are an asset not only to the family but to the whole nation. I now request Pro Vice Chancellor Quality Assurance, Dr. P.L.N.G. Rao, to give us an overview of MAHE.
Good afternoon to everybody. Chief guest for the 27th convocation of Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Mr. Mahesh Shahadat Puri, Pro-Chancellor Dr. H.S. Balal, Vice-Chancellor Dr. Vinod Bhatt, Pro-Vice-Chancellors Dr. Surendra Shetty and Dr. Purnima Baliga, Registrar Dr. Narayan Sabahit, Registrar Evaluation Dr. Vinod Thomas, Director Center for Doctoral Studies Dr. Shamla Hande, Deputy Registrars Dr. Pritam Kumar, Dr. Guru Prasad, Director Student Affairs Dr. Geeta Maya, Heads of Constituent Units of MAHE, Members of MAHE Trust, Members of the Board of Management and Academic Council, Administrators, Faculty, Representatives of the Media, Distinguished Invitees, Online Audience, Parents and my dear students. It's my pleasure to take you through the annual report of the University for the period November 18 to October 19. The man who conceived and created Manipal, Dr. Tonse Madhav Anant Pai, was a pioneer in educational and entrepreneurship. His far-sighted vision and single-minded approach to the accomplishment of goals saw the birth of private medical education in Manipal, which led to a model emulated across the country even to this date. His illustrious son, Dr. Ramdas M. Pai, made Manipal an international university township and also took Indian higher education overseas for the first time. His unwavering practice of integrity at any cost has been the bedrock on which today's Manipal has been built. Dr. Pai continues to be the guiding light and inspiration for all of us. We dedicate the recognition of MAHE as an institute of eminence to Dr. Ramdas Pai and Mrs. Swasanti R. Pai. The year has been very kind to Manipal with national and global rankings. MAHE is the highest ranked private university from India in the QS World University List and in the NIRF list. Our two medical schools, KMC Manipal and KMC Mangalore, are in the top 20 by NIRF rankings, and MCOPS is at the 7th position. National rankings by the week placed Mahe at number 1 position in the list of private universities for the 4th year in a row. Kasturba Medical College, the flagship institute of the university, continues to be in the top 10 medical schools of the country for the 16th year in a row. The collaboration with the University of Chicago in reinforcing medical curriculum through innovative methods continues to gain traction with faculty and students. The year saw introduction of several clinical subspecialties and the starting of an industry-sponsored laboratory in neurophysiology. With a molecular neurophysiology facility in the School of Life Sciences, a very well-developed clinical facility in neurology and neurosurgery, and 3 Ramalinga Swami Fellows in the system, KMC Manipal is ideally positioned for exciting breakthroughs in degenerative brain disorders. KMC Mangalore is the finest example of public-private partnership in medical education and patient care. The new Rural Training Center in Katil, in collaboration with Durga Sanjeevani Trust, became operational earlier this week. Manipal Institute of Technology is the largest constituent unit of Mahe and the rising star of the university in its research output. Student projects continue to win awards and accolades in India and abroad. Manipal College of Pharmaceutical Sciences has improved its position in QS World Rankings for subjects to be in the 201 to 250 range. MCOPS has the largest number of doctoral students among all the constituent units of Mahe. Manipal College of Dental Sciences, Manipal, is number 1 dental college in the country for yet another year. University of Minnesota's FHI 360 grant identified MCOTS, Manipal, for training Afghan dentists in advanced specialties. Waksha has been recently ranked the 29th best hospitality school in the world by CEO World. It has been accredited by Indian Federation of Culinary Association. The construction of the new edifice is underway and we will be ready to move to the new premises in July 2020. MCOTS Mangalore has been placed in the top 5 dental colleges in all the 3 surveys. The National Undergraduate Research Conference, organized by the students, is one of its kind in India. In the last edition, over 500 student delegates attended and 180 papers and posters were presented. Manipal College of Nursing is one of the 2 institutions of Mahe to have been awarded the prestigious Spark grant by MHRD. MCON is ranked number 3 among the 1,623 nursing colleges in India. International Center for Applied Sciences, in its 25th year of inception, successfully places eligible students in programs in US, UK, France, and Australia. ICAS works with over 30 international partners and will be developing a unique transfer pathway for students going to Australia. Manipal Institute of Communication is rapidly transforming from being a teaching institution to one that is deeply engaged in research. The institute attracts international students from Norway, Netherlands, Germany, and France, offers exchange opportunities for its students as well. The medical and dental programs of Malacca Manipal Medical College are conducted in the twin campuses at Manipal and Malacca. School of Information Sciences conducts postgraduate programs in medical software, embedded systems, semiconductor chip design, virtualization, big data science, cloud computing, and Internet of Things. All the programs are industry supported. The school runs collaborative postgraduate degree and study abroad programs with universities in Europe, USA, and UK. Philips Innovation Campus has hosted an artificial intelligence platform called Health Suite Insight, which can be accessed remotely by all the institutions of MAHE. Manipal College of Health Professions is the largest in its category in the country. Much of its success has been by creating capacity and skilled manpower in India and countries such as Sultanate of Oman, Nigeria, Ethiopia, Vietnam, and Malaysia. Manipal Institute of Management has started a signature two-country global MBA program that is proving to be very popular. The Indo-German Center for Applied Research and Academic Exchange is run out of MIM. MAHE, Dubai is the best known of Indian universities in Dubai International Academic City. We have recently added 2 student hostels for on-campus housing. With the commencement of PhD programs, research is being encouraged and revitalized. School of Life Sciences houses Taifax Center for Excellence in Pharmacogenomics and has had several prestigious grants during the year. The institute also has 3 highly visible centers: Manipal ICE Advanced Research and Training Center in Biomedical Sciences with ICE Tsukuba, Japan, the Center for DNA Stability with Erasmus Medical Center, Rotterdam, and the Center for Ayurvedic Biology. Manipal Institute of Regenerative Medicine in Bangalore works exclusively in the field of stem cells. The school had several faculty papers in high-impact journals during the year. Also during the year, the institute was awarded the DST FISH grant for research infrastructure support from the Government of India. Faculty of Architecture, in collaboration with Deakin University, Australia, and IIUM, Malaysia, has successfully conducted the International Studio in Manipal. Prasanna School of Public Health has signed a strategic partnership agreement with the George Institute, New Delhi. The school has now reorganized its departments differently and working on an European accreditation. Manipal Institute of Virology is the youngest of MAHE institutions. It has been recognized as a center of excellence by Global Virus Network. MIV leads the consortium funded by DBT Birac for work on chikungunya vaccine. Manipal Center for Humanities houses the well-known K.K. Hebbar Art Gallery and the Vyasaraya Ballal Library. This year, we have started the Manipal Samvad Center for Indian Music. Establishing synergies between fundamental research in natural sciences and engineering, Manipal Center for Natural Sciences has created a niche for itself in the field of paleontology, astrophysics, and earth sciences. The center is one of the few in the world working on the theoretical aspects of super heavy elements with experimental support coming in from partner laboratories in Germany, Romania, Poland, Italy, and Russia. Manipal Academy Banking is the fastest growing institute of the university. The proposed off-campus in Bangalore will have MAB at its core with other disciplines layered around it. In its 10th year, Mutbi Society has added a second incubator to MAHE. The bioincubator, with focus on startups in medical devices, drug discovery, and molecular diagnostics, has received 55 million rupees funding from the government of Karnataka. The university has 11 departments in addition to the 19 constant institutes. The postgraduate programs in humanities, European studies, philosophy, languages, and international relations are undoubtedly the best in the country. The university has set up 103 unique centers, many of which are interdisciplinary. Some of these centers are in collaboration with industry, some are with the university partners, and some with research institutes. These centers bring a fresh look to the university through their network. We are in the process of converting all our programs to outcome-based learning. The focus for the year and the next 2 years will be on increasing our graduates and doctoral enrollment, gradually pulling down the undergraduate to postgraduate student ratio from the current level of 75 to 25 to 60 to 40. Faculty have demonstrated remarkable industry in applying for research grants from India and international funding agencies. The research output for the year is 25% higher than the previous year, with a significant improvement in the quality as well. We are aiming at enrolling 1,000 PhDs per year by 2022. International collaborations have been redefined in the current year by signing landmark partnership agreements with some of the top 100 universities of the world. With equal allocation of resources from both partners, we are beginning to see some exciting outcomes already. MAHE is strongly committed to making quality healthcare and education available to everyone, irrespective of their ability to pay. We have created 3 verticals in the endowments: scholarship, healthcare, and research, with inflows expected from benefactors, alumni, and corporates. We are aiming at $1 billion corpus by 2028. With 14 new projects underway, we are aware of and sensitive to creating and preserving a sustainable and green campus. We have successfully harvested rainwater by excavating a new water body in Manipal and have planned to do 2 more. Students and faculty make the best use of platforms created for them to showcase their talent. Volunteer Service Organization of the university primes students to social needs, and I am proud of their commitment and involvement in various service projects identified by them. There were high visibility events in the year like the TED Talks and interactions with some highly accomplished and distinguished individuals. Manipal Half Marathon has been recognized as the 3rd best in India. This signature event attracts runners from all parts of country and Africa. Between May and November 2019, Cultural Coordination Committee hosted wide-ranging cultural programs, including a Speak Mackay circuit for the 4th year in a row. The 3rd edition of Manipal International Literary and Arts Platform, MILAP, was organized earlier in the month. We are fortunate to have the unconditional support of the Board of Management, Academic Council, Finance Committee, and the administrative and academic leaders of the university. The heads of the university's functions and their teams have contributed immensely during the year in taking us higher. We expect the same level of commitment and assistance in the coming years as well. Dr. Ranjan Pai is at the forefront of the enterprise in education, healthcare, and cutting-edge research. With several spectacular successes behind him, he represents the 3rd generation. Commitment, perseverance, integrity, and humility have been the core values of the family, and the university has adopted them as its own in its march forward. We look up to Dr. Pai for success and support in our climbing the global position. The location for a new campus in Bangalore is being readied, and we hope to commence the construction in the next few weeks. The new medical college at Jamshedpur with the Tata Group is awaiting approval, and we are optimistic of an early start. We will be going for NAC accreditation in 2021, by which time we expect to be the best private university in the country by some distance. In conclusion, I congratulate all graduates and thank the parents for their trust reposed in Manipal. I sincerely hope that we have met your expectation. Dear graduates, it is said that our thoughts translate into our actions. Our actions decide the destiny. So think wise, act to perfection, and reach your goals. May you excel in all what you do and be the ambassadors of Manipal. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. To be a successful entrepreneur requires a rare mind, a different perspective to a problem, to expect the unexpected in a constantly changing business landscape, and most importantly, giving the team the autonomy to make their contribution. This calls for a courageous and a well-balanced personality. We have one such leader with us, Mr. Mahesh Shahdat Puri. May I request Director, MIT Manipal, Dr. Shrikant Rao, to introduce the chief guest to the gathering.
Good afternoon, esteemed dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. With immense pride and privilege and pleasure, I stand before you to introduce the chief guest of today's convocation function, a very accomplished alumnus of our university, Mr. Mahesh Shahdat Puri. Mr. Mahesh Shahdat Puri is the founder, CEO of Task Outsourcing, founder, CEO of Boston Foods, and the director, Nikkei Group of Companies. Mr. Mahesh Shahdat Puri has been quoted as a game changer by Bloomberg and is listed by Forbes as one of the top 100 businessmen in the Middle East. Mr. Mahesh Shahdat Puri graduated from Manipal Institute of Technology, Mahe Manipal, with Bachelor's of Engineering in Electronics and Communication in the year 1992. During his formative college days in MIT Manipal, the highly talented Mr. Shahdat Puri exhibited immense interest in entrepreneurial and also several student activities, such as being the editor of the Institute's magazine, Ad Astrum, as also being a very good in academics. It may be observed that one of his companies he started in 1999 was with his name called Ad Astrum Technologies. He went on to obtain MBA in Marketing and Entrepreneurship from Boston University, USA. On completing MBA, Mr. Mahesh Shahdat Puri worked for Intel's chip facility in Massachusetts, known earlier as Digital Equipment Corporation, before leaving to found a software company based in New York and Bangalore. Mr. Mahesh Shahdat Puri's passion for creating something new and different laid the foundation for Task in 2007. At present, Task Outsourcing has grown to become one of the largest and fastest growing workforce solutions company in the Middle East. With more than 5,000 personnel from 78 nationalities employed across 75 job functions, Task is a partner of choice to more than 400 companies within the region. Further, in 1999, Mr. Shahdat Puri founded the Boston Foods, a franchisee of the popular Subway brand of restaurants in Dubai, having won the highest level Gold Service Awards. Task and Mr. Mahesh Shahdat Puri has won over 20 awards and recognitions. Few of the major ones are, in 2019, the Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Business Excellence Award. In 2016 and 2019, President of UAE, Sheikh Khalifa Excellence Award. Mr. Shahdat Puri is a very sought-after speaker, spokesperson in outsourcing and staffing industry, and also is very frequently invited in media channels such as Dubai One TV, Dubai Eye, 103.8 FM, and is also often features in publications such as the National, Gulf News, Khalija Times, and Al Ittihad. He is a very regular speaker on entrepreneurship at various prestigious schools and universities. Mr. Mahesh Sadatpuri is a part of YPO, a premium leadership forum. He is also a charter member of TIE, a network of Indus entrepreneurs, a member of the Indian Business Leaders Forum in UAE. He is also the overseer on the Board of Trustees of Boston University, and also he is in the Dean's Advisory Board at the Qstrom Business School at Boston University. In his free time, Mr. Mahesh Sadatpuri is a very keen sports enthusiastic in running, working out, trekking, playing tennis, and also riding his Harley. Considering customer focus as central and with a passion for operational excellence, he has been constantly exploring innovative and customer-centric solutions, along with being a lifelong learner. As an indication of this, he is currently pursuing yet another business degree at Harvard Business School. It is certainly heartening to see the rise of yet another alumnus of Manipal into the pinnacle of business world, and is being termed as the business person par excellence. In charting the course of his new career and through perseverance and commitment, Mr. Mahesh Sadatpuri certainly epitomized the words of Ralph Emerson. I quote, "The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be," unquote. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting before you Mr. Mahesh Sadatpuri. Thank you.
I was a bit embarrassed. Sorry to bore you all with such a long introduction. Many people just ignore everything else and just focus on the fact that I ride a Harley or I race a sports car. And learning the bike happened here in Manipal. So, good afternoon. Come on, Manipal, all those young souls there, good afternoon. Yes, now let's get some excitement. Excellencies, dignitaries, faculty, and the special class of 2019. Congratulations on this momentous day. You are here where I was many years back. I'm a product of Manipal. We are all a product of Manipal. Aren't we the best? That's good. I think the fans are having effect. Good. We share so many experiences together. I was last night walking on the road outside. You have a really fancy mall there. We didn't have that. We didn't have McDonald's or Subway. That's why I went and opened a Subway. No, I'm just kidding. We had Big Daddy's. We had Shanties. I still remember their small cheese sandwich. And I loved the filter coffee. RL, TC is still called TC. There's so much change, so many new buildings. We have a lot of common experiences. Fast forward 27 years. Oh, I feel old. I'm not old. But time really, really flies by. So let me not preach to you anything today. You probably know a lot more than me. I think there's a lot to learn from you young souls out there. But allow me to bore you a little with a little life story. I was born in a 400 square feet home. My wife is in the front here. She doesn't like me to say this, but her shoe cabinet is probably that size today. And my parents migrated from Pakistan in 1947, and it was a refugee colony. I was lucky that I had a father who got selected into the Indian Foreign Service, and we went around 5 countries. It was very interesting, but it was also hard for this young boy who had to keep changing countries every 2 to 3 years and work really hard at getting accepted from one class to another class. I will weave into certain life lessons, and the life lesson, and in my speech, and the life lesson there was I had to quickly adapt. I had to quickly make relationships fast. I had to quickly build trust fast. And I'm connecting as I get older all the different dots that I have in my life and how they have actually come together. And I'll try to paint you a story, maybe a little boring one. At school, I went to the Air Force School in Delhi for the last 4 years, and I think about 5 schools around the world, some as far as America and China, and some as Saudi Arabia and Libya. And, you know, it used to be quite hard in those days. The boarding house there was very tough. I remember the first day they woke us up, ting, 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 the bell, at 5:45 in the morning. I wasn't used to it. I actually turned up at 6:15. I was just getting still dressed up. And the guy and the professor said, you know, give me 20 laps of a double basketball court. I was like, whoa. The bullying was intense. The discipline was really hard. I have to tell some of you that bullying is not a sign of things to come. But that really showed me and taught me how to be disciplined and how to stand up for myself. At Manipal, after that, I loved it. I was really happy to see anti-ragging posters. I wish there were those posters there back then. I was a freshie with a white shirt, white pant. We weren't allowed to wear shoes, bata chappal. We weren't allowed to wear a watch. Clean wrist. I had a nice mustache, by the way, but thanks to those seniors who made me shave it off, I think I look better like that. And our hair had to be cut really, really short. I think our protector was this nice gentleman sitting in the front, Professor KK. Thank you for protecting. I don't think you were very successful then, though. We got ragged quite a bit. But generally, the friendships we made here were amazing. But soon the friendships and everything ended, and we had to start looking for a job. In those days, not many companies came here, and some of us got jobs, and I didn't. I was a good student. I had a DISTI, which stands for distinction. I don't know whether you still use those words here. But I didn't get a job. What was wrong? I couldn't stay in India because my father had just moved to Dubai, so I left for Dubai. In Dubai, nobody would give me a job. I struggled. I struggled on the phone. Nobody would even give me an interview. I still remember going to IBM, or the agency of IBM in those days in 1992, and he said, "You really are brilliant, son, but I don't have a job for a fresher." What was I learning? And if I connect the dots, I think rejections make you stronger. I think you need to adapt. Finally, I got a job in Dubai. They said, "You're going to fix computers." Wow, I did a degree in electronics and I was going to fix computers. Actually, it turned out my boss didn't really teach me anything, and I was cleaning computers. So I quit that job in 3 months. I got another job, and I had a young guy. I hope he's not watching this speech. And he had just started a company. He didn't have even space for me. And he put my desk in the corridor. I was like, really? And he would come every morning. He was American educated, and sit back on his reclining chair and go, "What's up, man?" to his friends. And I was like, what the hell is he going to teach me? So I said, let me take life into my hands. I went down to the basics. I started making calls to unknown people. It was very hard. I had to push myself to get outside my comfort zone. But that's when I really realized that I was good at sales. And that's very critical when I tell you about my story, personal and in entrepreneurship. But the life lesson here, probably for some of you, is get down to the basics when you're unsure. But I got bored again. I get bored very easily. That's another story for another day. And I left to go to Boston. I went to do my MBA. I loved Boston University. I think I made my first 30 friends, and they had like 35 friends and 30 nationalities. It was just amazing. 2 years passed very fast. I started looking for a job in the second year. I looked. I thought I was quite international with my background. I thought I was quite American. But it was very difficult to get a job. And more so difficult because I needed a marketing job, not an engineering or IT job or a sales job. I felt I was more good with people. And I felt that I was connected to the country. I knew the culture. I still remember, I have to confess, going for a job in sales. And I have to confess, I couldn't understand their English. It was so slangy. It was so like street slangy. And I came back very dejected. I searched. I think I had 50 versions of my resume. I got rejected out of interviews, and I thought I wasn't good enough. But finally, I hit a jackpot. After 12 interviews, I got a job with Intel. Great company. In those days, that fabrication facility where the Alpha processor was getting manufactured was called Digital. One of the first computer companies like IBM. It opened its office in Bangalore in 1999, and I remember we went for our industrial training there. So, things do work out. Be culturally open, adapt, persevere. Don't give up. I loved my job. I loved working there. It was a big company, great health insurance. I went out. I bought a big TV. I bought a nice sports-looking car, a red car. I bought a couch. I couldn't afford a coffee table, so I never had a coffee table. And I went to the Department of Motor Vehicles there and got a license plate. And I went in the front and I said, give me a license plate. And they said, you can have any number you want. I said, really? And they said, yeah. I said, how much is it going to cost me? They said, $100. In Dubai nowadays, that goes for millions of dirhams. So it's very cheesy, but I got a license plate called Mahesh. I have a photo with Mahesh, red car, and I was so excited. It was such a great time. But soon again, I got bored. I don't think I was challenged enough. And I remember my state of mind that time. I, in fact, went to a mall and I saw a book. And the title of the book represented my state of mind. And it said, I would be happy with what I want to do if only I knew what I really want to do. I was so confused. So I'm learning, I'm connecting the dots here, and I think that I needed challenges, and working in a big company wasn't challenging enough for me. And finally, I was like, let's do my own company. I've always wanted to do my own company. In fact, at Manipal, I have to tell you a secret. I used to buy tickets in Mangalore from a travel agency and sell it to my friends here in Manipal, and I used to make a little bit of money. So I wanted to do my own business. I started my first company in 1999. It was called Ad Astrum Technologies, as some of you have heard. I was so excited. I wanted to build $1 billion company. I borrowed money from the bank. I put in a lot of family money. I put in all my money, whatever little that was. In fact, I borrowed from family and friends. I promised the world to my employees. I worked so hard. I sacrificed. I had my first daughter then. And I couldn't see her for 8 months because I was traveling from Dubai to America. So the company was New York and Bangalore. And I was in Dubai, so it's very, very intense. I still remember going to New Jersey airport to receive my wife and daughter. And she actually recoiled. She said, who's this strange man? A lot of sacrifices. A year passed. I lost everything. Yes, I lost everything. I lost all my money, a lot of family money, a lot of the bank money, all the bank money actually. What a year can do. It was a humbling experience. My confidence took a huge blow. I was recently married. What was my wife thinking? I think my parents and my wife really supported me during that period. And for For us entrepreneurs, personal and family is very closely intertwined. It was a very difficult period. I still remember in New York in our small apartment, sitting on the bed and calculating how many months more money do I have to survive. My dream, would I sell it? Do I close it? What do I do? I ultimately had to close it. I think those days I was not present in the moment. When I took my wife out to dinner in a diner, I was not present. When I was listening to music in the car, I was not present. I think I had a permanent lump in my throat of regret and disappointment. Wasn't I an achiever? Wasn't I good? I got good marks in Manipal and in Boston. I'm grateful my father, who was a reasonably okay businessman, he does very well now, gave me a job. He's a very wonderful guy, tough guy, and I didn't really like working for him. I think we both took it very hard. I had put him back several years in his savings, and I had wanted to run my own business. I wasn't getting along with him, honestly. He's a great guy, but we have different styles of business. But I thought, I told Payal, my wife, I don't think in this lifetime I would do my business. I'd probably go and find work. I used to feel a little odd when I looked at my peers, my friends who worked for their dad's businesses. And then one day, just like that, I started feeling ready again. I had learned from my father's business. I was working with him for about 3 years. What he does and I would not do, and what he didn't do and I must do. Things that were so obvious that I had missed in my first business. And I was getting bored again. I was ready to do it again. I wanted to do it again. I wanted to start a company, carefully this time, and grow it very fast and very aggressively. That's when I started a few companies that are part of my group today. I think it all came together. A making of something. Smelting and preparation in the furnace of life. I wanted to create a company, something special, something different. I wanted a company on rocket fuel, on steroids. That was exciting. To build something the best in the world. Nothing less would do, to be number one. Today we have won, as you heard, 21 awards. The President's Award, the Prime Minister's Award. We have 5,000 people from 77 nationalities. We have operations in 20 countries. We have a consumer electronics business. We have 80 million customers. We have a private electronics brand. We have a food business. We have a logistics business. We have a restaurant business. Mom and Dad, I think I did okay. My professional journey is a very fulfilling one. I love what I do, but it's been a journey of sacrifice, hard work, and living on the edge many times. I think founding and running a company is one of the most holistic and balancing acts. One has to be good at so many things: marketing, strategy, human resources, processes, technology, systems, and what's good at one stage may not be really good at another. The uncertainties, fears, and doubts are a constant battle. And most of the times, ladies and gentlemen, it's lonely at the top. But I wouldn't trade it for anything else. It may be a roller coaster ride, but it's totally worth it. People visit our offices today and say there's a buzz on the floor. Perhaps that's an achievement. To have created a culture of agility, speed, and performance. One has to be running all the time. A quote inspires me a lot. I would share it with you. Every morning, by the way, I was in Africa a few months back. This didn't come from there, but it's very inspiring. Every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up. It knows it must run faster than the fastest lion or be killed. Every morning, a lion wakes up. It knows it must outrun the slowest gazelle or it will starve to death. It doesn't matter whether you're a lion or a gazelle. When the sun comes up, you'd better be running. Right from the school days, the disappointments and setbacks were preparing me for something. They were teaching me something. But I didn't know that. I tell my older daughter, Ashna, that everything is a process. If you're failing, welcome it. If you're getting rejected, welcome it. Because you may not get your result right away. It may feel like you're not moving ahead. But you know what? You are. You are moving ahead. You just don't know it yet. I didn't know it. Respect the process. Respect the process of failing and learning. I would strongly urge you to read Carol Dweck's book. It's called The Mindset. I'm so glad actually now that I faced failure earlier in my life. If you face failure earlier, you will also see success earlier. And here are some of the messages that inspire me that I try to lead my life by. The college magazine here in 1992, of which I was editor, was called Ad Astrum. It means reach for the stars. So reach for the stars, no less. Never give up. In the words of a fellow MITian who helped me write our college annual, I would recite a small poem that you would find it interesting and perhaps inspirational. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far. Is it worth the effort? Can I do it? Are the odds against me? It's at times like these when quitting seems so much easier that we mustn't give up. It's this ability to hold on a minute longer than the others that differentiates the leader and the led. It differentiates the people who succeed and who do not. Don't stop learning. I went back to Harvard Business School to do an OPM course. Fantastic. Don't stop learning. Learn from everywhere. Learn from everyone. Learn from nature. Learn from kids. I learned so much from you all. And kids, smaller kids. Learn from animals. Learned so much in my African safari trip. There is learning everywhere if you are curious and you have the humility to absorb and accept. Diligence and discipline are magical words. The key for success is execution. Get up and do it. Take the first step. Take the second step. Follow up. Make sure it's done. Be passionate. Go for what you love. Money and success comes to those who pursue their dreams and passions. Explore. Blossom. Get out there. Play a little. Experiment a little. Be you. Be you. And finally, maybe your parents and teachers have told you this. Exercise. That's the best calmer and natural high and releases endorphins that make you naturally happy. One more thing, meditate. If you meditate, you can change the world. Take a few minutes out, breathe, and calm your mind. And you will get solutions to many of the complex problems that you may face, especially when you're alone. At least I do. Some okays and not okays. It's okay to be disappointed, but it's not okay to not try again. It's okay to be unloved. It's not okay to not love again. It's okay to be wronged. It's not okay to not forgive. It's okay to fall. It's not okay to not get up and not to run again. It's okay to feel disappointed, sad, and judged. It's not okay to feel limited and capped. Can I ask you a question? And I always ask many people. Are you 100% sure you'll wake up tomorrow? Let life be. Let it flow. Love it. Live it. Be present in the moment. Life will work out. I spent too many years worrying and being anxious and not being in the moment. This happens when you're very focused. You don't see anything around you. But life is about seeing the forest and then seeing the leaves. It's about being at 50,000 feet and at 50 feet. And it's an important skill to build. So don't worry. Don't worry if you don't have the grades. Don't worry if you don't have a job yet. Don't worry if you don't have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or both. Because life will sort itself out for you. Stay in the moment. Stay in the moment. My 15-year-old daughter Anya loves to bake. She keeps telling me, Papa, I follow the exact recipe and my cake comes out exactly right. I was telling her the other day. She said, Papa, write it. Humans are different. They need to be baked in the fire of failure. But with humans, if you put all the same ingredients as per the recipe, the result is different every time. This is because you are unique. This is because your experiences are unique. So, believe in yourself. Believe in your potential. Believe when you are down. Believe when you are in doubt. Let your mind tell you that you are no less, that you are here to fulfill your destiny. Let no one make you feel otherwise. Class of 2019, congratulations. My best to you. Woohoo!
That was truly inspiring. Thank you, sir. As a token of our gratitude for being with us today, I request Pro-Chancellor Mahe, Dr. H.S. Ballal, to present a memento to our chief guest, Mr. Mahesh Shahzaadpuri. I now invite Deputy Registrar Evaluation, Dr. Srijit Ji, to provide us with the facts and figures of the graduating class of 2019.
Respected Chief Guest, esteemed dignitaries, faculty members, dear graduates, parents, ladies and gentlemen. I am very happy to give a brief statistical report about the number of graduates on whom the degree is going to be conferred during the 27th convocation of Manipal Academy of Higher Education. 3,193 undergraduate degrees will be conferred in this convocation, of which 2,438 graduates will receive the degree in person and 755 will receive the degree in absentia. 1,816 postgraduate degrees will be conferred in this convocation, of which 1,660 candidates will receive the degree in person and 156 will receive the degree in absentia. 9 super specialty degrees will be conferred in this convocation, of which 8 will receive the degree in person and 1 will receive the degree in absentia. 102 PhDs will be conferred during this convocation, of which 71 will receive the degree in person and 31 will receive the degree in absentia. A total of 5,120 degrees will be conferred during this convocation, of which 4,177 will receive the degree in person and 943 in absentia. Out of this, 1,387 degrees will be awarded today. All of these candidates from various disciplines, programs, and specializations represent the 19 constituent institutions and various teaching departments of MAHE. I certify that all the candidates included in the list have fulfilled the conditions prescribed for admission to the degrees and are entitled to be admitted either in person or in absentia to the rank, privileges, and responsibilities of those degrees. I congratulate all the graduates and wish them good luck in all their future endeavors. Now, I request the Honorable Pro-Chancellor Dr. H.S. Ballal to confer the respective degrees to these graduates.
I, Dr. H.S. Ballal, Pro-Chancellor, by virtue of the powers vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Manipal Academy of Higher Education, admit these candidates to the rank, privileges, and responsibilities of the degrees severally set out and confer the said degrees on them.
Thank you, sir. Graduate student oath ceremony is where our graduate students pledge to uphold the values of integrity, professionalism, and scholarship in the coming years of their professional life. It is now time for the graduates to take the oath. I request Deputy Registrar Evaluation Dr. Srijit G. to do the honors.
I request all the graduates to stand and raise your right hand and repeat the oath after me. As a graduating student of Manipal Academy of Higher Education, I shall follow the Code of Scientific Professional Ethics, maintain integrity in research, uphold the cause of science, respect the dignity of human being, endeavor to be objective in my judgment, and strive for the enrichment of human values and thoughts. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you, sir. High achievers spot rich opportunities swiftly, making big decisions and move into action immediately. They follow these principles and make their dreams come true. The prestigious Dr. T.M.A. Pai Medal is awarded to students with an excellent academic record in various disciplines. I invite Director Student Affairs Dr. Geeta Maya to present the awardees. I request Pro-Chancellor Dr. H.S. Ballal to hand over the certificates and Mr. Mahesh Shahdathpuri to award the medals.
Very good evening to all of you. I'm pleased to present before you the winners of the prestigious Dr. T.M.A. Pai Gold Medal of the Manipal Academy of Higher Education for the year 2018-19. Best Outgoing BTech Computer Science and Engineering Graduate from Manipal Institute of Technology, Digant. Best Outgoing BSc Medical Laboratory Technology Graduate from Manipal College of Health Professions, Manipal, Prasanna K. Best Outgoing BDS Graduate from Manipal College of Dental Sciences, Manipal, Soham Mitra. Best Outgoing BSc Nursing Graduate from Manipal College of Nursing, Manipal, Nima Lamu. Best Outgoing MPH Epidemiology Graduate from Prasanna School of Public Health, Manipal, Reena Abdul Jabbar. Congratulations to all the gold medalists and wish you all the best. Thank you, sirs.
Dr. Shubhankar Das and Dr. Lata T. Dr. Flavia Castellino and Dr. Ranjini H.S. Dr. Ajit Singh and Dr. Priyodip Paul. Dr. Rudresh Deepak Shirvekar and Dr. K.R. Bhanumati. Dr. Binil V. and Dr. Jose Maman. Dr. Hamsa Nayak and Dr. Nalini Raghunathan. Dr. Shobha Anil Kumar and Dr. Pavitra G.C. Dr. Shubhankar Bishwas and Dr. Ashwini Bhatt. Dr. Adesh N.D. and Dr. Kiran S. Dr. Nimisha Agarwal and Dr. Sohan Rodney Bangera. Dr. Puta Suman Kumar and Dr. Sampat Kumar. Dr. Pratibha Patel and Dr. Vishwanath Pai. Dr. Rajshekhar V. Chaudhary. Congratulations to the awardees. Thank you, sir.
I request Dean KMC Manipal, Dr. Sharath Rao to present his graduates. I request Vice Chancellor Dr. H. Vinod Bhatt and Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Surendra V. Shetty to do the honors.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to present the following graduates of Kasturba Medical College, Manipal. Dr. Hemant and Dr. Praveen Puvanendran. Dr. Devesh Bhaskar Yerapragada, MBBS. Dr. Akula Venkata Sai Harsha, MBBS, and Dr. Eragunda Uday Kumar, MD, General Medicine. Dr. Chandak Pranav Gangabishan and Dr. Kelkar Rohan Hemant, both MD, General Medicine. Dr. Allada Venkata Srikar, MD, General Medicine, and Dr. Kiran Chandran, MS, Ophthalmology. Dr. Lohit G, MS Orthopedics, and Dr. Nandakishore Manohar Harne, MS Orthopedics. Dr. Pranav Rai, MCH Neurosurgery. Dr. Ashok R, DM Nephrology. Dr. Ranjit Matthew, DDVL. Hakizur Zaman Ahmad, MSc Medical Anatomy, and Genevieve Margaret Mendonça, MSc Medical Microbiology. Soumya Subramaniam, MSc Medical Microbiology, and Prasad Kisan Tambe, MSc Medical Microbiology. K. Sai Preeti, MSc Medical Microbiology, and Ramya J. Achar, MSc Medical Microbiology. Priyanka Pal, MSc Medical Microbiology, and Deepthi D. Shetty, MSc Medical Biochemistry. Sharat Mohan Bhatt, MSc Medical Biochemistry, and Patil Vaibhav Sunil, MSc Medical Biochemistry. Sai Pratap Yadav, MSc Medical Biochemistry, and Tejal Deepak Durgekar, MSc Medical Biochemistry. Bhaskara Pantula Sindhosri, MSc Medical Biochemistry, and Prithvi B, MSc Medical Biochemistry. S.G. Harita, MSc Medical Biochemistry, and Vemugadda Harika, MSc Medical Biochemistry. Akswa Fatima, MSc Medical Pharmacology, and Mr. Alan Chandy Alexander, MPhil Psychiatric Social Work. Mr. Nistesh Kulal, MPhil Psychiatry Social Work, and Kanika Saxena, MSc Medical Clinical Embryology. Priyeta Das, MSc Medical Clinical Embryology, and Sri Rama Ratna Deepika, MSc Medical Clinical Embryology. Ananda Vishnu MG, MSc Medical Clinical Embryology, and Shifali Arun Suvarna, MSc Clinical Embryology. Evelyn Samuel Stephen, MSc Medical Clinical Embryology, and Rahul, MSc Medical Clinical Embryology. And finally, Suarez Leicester Lawrence, MSc Medical Clinical Embryology. Congratulations and wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I request Dean KMC Mangalore, Dr. M.V. Prabhu, to present the graduates, and I request us to continue.
Good evening. I am pleased to present the following graduates of Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore. Dr. Annabelle Ansfrid Silvera and Dr. Adit Manikandan. Dr. Rahul K. and Dr. Sharik Ahmad FD. Dr. Muhammad Shamir and Syed Waqas Ahmad. Dr. Ranjit R. John and Dr. Nishant Gupta. Dr. Varun Prasad DR and Dr. Tushar Chandra. Dr. Duplace Shiv Prasad. Postgraduates, MD General Medicine, Dr. R. Suresh and Dr. Dodda Vasanti. MS Obstetric and Gynecology, Dr. Nivedita D and Dr. Sunita Sadhu. MS General Surgery, Dr. T. Suman Kumar. MSc Medical Anatomy, Ramesh V. MSc Medical Microbiology, Miss Jishna JP and Miss Fatima Niaf. Miss Shetty Shriya Chandrakant Jyoti and Miss Sushma. MSc Medical Biochemistry, Miss Kavyashri and Miss Roshni. Miss Vinita KK and Miss Pratyusha P. Miss Jayashree and Miss Neeta NS. Miss Yadupriya TK. MSc Medical Pharmacology, Miss Dagupati Jyoti Venkata Sumanjali and Miss Shabnam PK. Allied Health Science Courses Postgraduates, MASLP, Miss Larissa Vaz and Miss Jovita Priya Tauro. Miss Atira V. Vinod and Miss Cecilia Paes Ponur. Miss Sai Aishwarya Ramani and Miss Tino Rose Francis. Miss Srividya GB and Miss Najia Jahan KK. MSc Clinical Psychology, Miss Nurani Raksha Rajesh Rupalalita and Miss Shanbag Trisha Pramod. Miss Jonah Joseph Samuel and Miss Matre Bhairavi Kamalesh Rupali. Miss Neema Ann Philip and Miss Aparna Daga. Miss Amy Jane Jacob. Congratulations and wish you all the best. Thank you.